Hello and welcome, all my beautiful beings, to the seventh episode of Around the World in 26 Weeks. Before I jump into my slides, I would spend 1 or 2 minutes with you with something that has filled my heart this morning before starting this program. Why I call repeatedly a beautiful being, a beautiful being, a beautiful being. Not just as a formal pleasantry or a mundane exclamation. This is very rich and this is very real. I live this value, and one of my objectives is to inspire you to live this value. So, let me explain how I conceive the picture of a beautiful being. Three qualities. One, they're grounded. Two, they're centered. And third, they're integrated. A quick explanation. Grounded means you are not in the past and the future. You are not wavering. You are solid in the present moment. You work on facts rather than opinion. You live first hand every moment this wonderful life that is granted to us. Two, being centered. Same thing in a different way. Centered means the power is in the center. The disc revolves when pivoted in the center. Being centered means you are not partial. You are not one-sided. You are balanced. And third, integrated. A beautiful English word which actually transcends the deepest meaning of yoga. Yoga is not addition. Yoga is integration. Just like the river integrates in the ocean. River was a river, ocean was an ocean. But once the integration has happened, they mingle into one. The small and the capital we start with are 2 units to start with, and by the time we conclude our presentation, our objective is to integrate. There is no small, there is no capital, there is one. And that's the basic objective. With these words, let me quickly jump into my presentation today. So here we are. Welcome to small g to capital G. Small and capital once again, two sides of the same coin, integrating the real getter and giver with dignity. So you see, both are being balanced. These are few words, few sentences which I've written just for your perusal and a reminder so that we can integrate ourselves very well. And here we start. Small g stands for get. Getting. What's there in it for me? So all the time we need, all the time we demand, but we will grow this getting phenomenon, how we can receive with dignity, and then get transformed into capital G, a true spirit of sharing. So reminding you that we are on a circular journey, not a linear journey, non-linear journey, A to Z. And what we have covered are A, attachment to alignment, B, being, C, contribution, D, deserve, E, empowerment, and F, freedom. And now, G, getting to giving. We have 3 small parts. Part 1 is the common perception. So first, we need to clarify where we stand. So when we want to transform, we must begin at a point where we are now. And that is what is perception. And the journey is from perception to reality. Perception is apparent, as I explained in the last episode. Perception is not real. What we perceive, objects and feelings, are just a perception. But our objective as beautiful being is to go to reality. First, let us check up the perception about getting and giving. These are the 2 words. People who are in the getting realm, they're very selfish, they're greedy. They only want to get. Although many of us belong to that category, but we know this is an inferior category. Being greedy, being selfish is not a good thing. So, the capital G, giving, the perspective of people about giving, it's a great thing. We all want to be givers. We all respect the givers. We hold them in high esteem. People like Mother Teresa, Vivekananda, Sant Kabir, and they're noble, they're generous, they're superior. This is all about the part one and the common perception. This is how our society often frames it. But is it the whole truth? Is getting all too bad and is giving all too noble all the time? Let's find it out. So we go to the reality. This is a very beautiful chart, painstakingly prepared for you. A lot of research has gone about, and I'm pretty sure if you go through this very slowly, smoothly with me, there'll be a transformation. How many types of getters are there? We have created clusters, type of getting, and psychology of the receiver. Receivers are getters. Let's read it one by one. One category are desperate getters. They're getters, they're always desperate. They're always pleading, begging, and compulsive asking, driven by lack, fear, or dependency. Second are transactional getters. We work, we get salary, there is an exchange, there are formal contracts. That is another kind of getting. See, the energy level is being purified. Desperate getters are at the lowest realm. Transactional getters are, of course, more prevalent in the society and more approved orders in the world. Third is entitled getters. We inherit certain properties, certain authorities, some privileges, some compensations, which are granted. And the psychology, it's passive, it is ego-bound and often ungrateful. When we continue to get something without deserving it, it becomes a bad habit. So that is the trap. Fourth category, unaware getters. We are not conscious while we are getting. We pick up certain things on the road, very beautiful things, and we take it home. Wow, I'm so lucky. Accidental, luck, found items. And what is the psychology? Unconscious, may miss the grace within. There is a graceful thing in every giving. When we are unconscious, we just receive it, but we do not receive it with adequate dignity. Fifth, celebratory getters, birthdays, cultural gifts, all those come our way. Rationally warm, socially conditioned, and the sixth category is deserved getter. Now we are really evolving. Deserved getters are earned rewards, hard-won success, reflects efforts, merit, growth, etc. Last, it is green because it is the highest order, the sacred getters. Here, everything changes, everything transforms. This getting is not inferior. The sacred getters, voluntary love, silent blessings, received with reverence, openness, where is no ego involved. Something comes our way with a lot of love, and we accept it. This is the contrasting mindsets. Let's see how many types of givers are there. What are their clusters? What are the type of getting? What psychology they have inside? Manipulative givers, strings attached, help, leverage, guilt trips, driven by control, fear. In the Hindi we call it punya kamana, punya ke liye dena. Transactional givers, condition, favors. What is the return on investment? Scorekeeping all the time transactions. Fairness bound, I give only if it pays back. That kind of giver. 3, are you seeing that all the givers are not necessarily essentially noble? There is a lot of concoction, lot of adulteration in the psyche. Third, patronizing, status giver, charity for image, pity-based handouts, ego boost, superiority, seeking recognition. And fourth, obligatory unconscious givers, social duty. I'm a father, I have to take care of the son. Social duty, rituals, compliance, we do it just as a safeguard. We are hiding. Somewhere we are escapist. Fifth kind of giver, rational, celebratory givers. They give in festivals, birthdays, community care, warm and bonding, but often convention driven. Sixth, empowering steward givers, mentoring, investing potential, growth oriented, accountability, beliefs in other. Metaphorically, Swami Vivekananda has a lovely saying in this: 3 kinds of givers. 1, just give money. Good thing, he says. Second, hire givers who give strength. An old lady cannot carry luggage, you jump in and carry the luggage home for her. Giving strength, much better than giving money. But third and the best, Swamiji said, is empowering people, inspiring them. They lost hope, you inspired and gave them back a fresh life. That is the highest quality. But the most sacred and selfless givers are unconditional. Giving is the way they live. Here, no ego, no claim, gives joyfully, honors the receiver. What do you feel about the chart? Write in the chat box, please. So, about the gators, do you realize from the chart that I shared? Not all gators are bad. Write yes or no in the chat box. Some receive with reverence. Some reflect growth and merit. Receiving too can be noble when you are centered. Ego is absent. Likewise, not all givers are noble. Some give for pride, power, recognition. Some give to control or create dependence. Giving without love is just a transaction. Give and take, just like a barter. Now come to integration, the whole purpose of this exercise. Let's see. One metaphor of giving is breathing. That's the rule of nature. So getters are not bad if getters are without ego. Breathing is the basic role model. Inhaling is receiving and exhaling is giving. Like inhale and exhale, both are essential. Neither can exist alone. So like in life, if you are a receiver, you got to be a giver. If you are a giver, you would have received and you will receive. See the cycle of water. Steam rises, gives. Rain falls, receive. Rivers flow, oceans gather water. Nature thrives in a cycle of give and take. Khalil Gibran's writing on giving, I'll go very fast. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. And there are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. And there are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. And there are those who give with pain, And that pain is their baptism. Mother gives birth through labor pain. And there are those who give and know not the pain in giving, nor do they seek joy, nor give with mindfulness of virtue. They give as in yonder valley the myrtle breathes its fragrance into the space. Through the hands of such as these, God speaks, and from behind their eyes, He smiles upon the earth. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked through understanding. And to the open-handed, the search for one who shall receive is joy greater than giving. And is there aught you would withhold? Nothing you can withhold, my friend. All will go. All you have shall someday be given. Tagore said, I have to give everything, all my words, all my money. And you receivers, and you are all receivers, assume no weight of gratitude, lest you lay a yoke upon yourself and upon him who gives. No condition. Giving is a way of life, he says. Rather, rise together with the giver on his gifts as on wings. For to be over mindful of your debt is to doubt his generosity, who has the free-hearted earth for mother and God for father. And once you remove your ego from your actions, receiving and giving both become unique, and then one is awakened as an excellent human being, as a beautiful being. The getter and giver are integrated. We all are getters, we all are givers. Thank you, my friend. See you next week.